So Polisa can bike 22 miles in the same time as it takes her to walk 4 miles. She can ride 9 miles faster than she can walk. How fast can she walk? So using r as your variable to represent the rate at which she walks. So write an equation using the information as it is given above that can be used to solve this problem. So whenever I have this kind of problem, I like to use a distance equals rate times time table. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that set up. We can see that we have 2 trips. So we have her bicycle trip, we'll just call that bike, and we have her walking trip. So she bikes 22 miles in the same time it takes her to walk 4. So I know her distance then would be 22 for bike and 4 for walking. Now the time is the same, which makes it kind of nice. If the time is the same, we don't know the time, but we can just put t for both of those. So that means we only have one missing variable. Now she rides 9 miles per hour faster than she can walk. And so she has her walking rate, and then whatever that walking rate is, we add 9 to it to find out her biking rate. Okay, so this is how we can set up the table. I just like to take information one step at a time. So I have my table filled out and see, okay, let's fill in the distance, and then the time, and then figure out the rate. So once I get my table set up, it makes it a little easier to put each part in. Okay, now we know distance equals rate times time. But because I see the t isolated here, I really want it solved in terms of t. And so that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to just divide both sides by r. So I have d over r equals t. And I'm going to use this to write out both of these equations. So I'll have, and I'll flip that t to the other side. So I'll have t equals, so d over r, so 22 over r plus 9 for that first one. And then t equals 4 over r for the second one. Now since these are both equal to t, what I can do is set them equal to each other. And so I can say, okay, 22 over r plus 9 equals 4 over r. And then what's great is I can just cross multiply whenever I have a fraction equal to a fraction. Just cross multiply it, so I get 22r equals 4 times r plus 9. When I multiply this, I need to make sure this 4 gets multiplied into both. So 22r equals 4r plus 36. Let's get our r terms on the same side. So minus 4r from both sides, those cancel. So I get 18r equals 36. To solve for r, I just divide by 18 on both sides, and so then r equals 2. Okay, so what does that tell me in terms of this problem? Well, 2 is going to be my rate of walking. So I can write that walking rate then would be 2 miles per hour. So then what would my biking rate be? Well, it would be 9 more, so 2 plus 9 would be 11 miles per hour. So that's my biking rate. Let's make sure we're answering this question. Write an equation using the information that can be used to solve this problem. And so this is the equation that we used right here. This 22 over r plus 9 equals 4 over r. So once we came up with our t and came up with this t, we could set those equal, and this gives our equation to solve it. So that would be part A, the equation. And then part B, we're wondering how fast can she walk? And so that one would be the 2 miles per hour. So this would be part B. It's really important on these types of problems. Look for what they're asking. So make sure you're answering the question that is being asked. Because a lot of times you have the correct answers there, but if you write the wrong one down, you'll miss it.